Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. It's the brother from the city Indianapolis camp. I'm going to start out by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Kakardash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And peace and salutations to these brothers pushing this truth week in, week out in sincerity, charity, and love in the spirit of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. All right, just a little quick hit, man. A lot of people think that this place is going to get better, aka Babylon, America, aka Babylon. All right, this place is really going down, in the midst of it going down, this place is upsetting people, man. Okay, particular the other nations, man. All right, these other nations are really tired and done with America. Okay, fade to what you might believe, what they show you on the stupid vision, the television. You know, these nations are uh, 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 um, really upset with this place, man. All right, and people think that everything's going to keep going and going and going and going. All right, so I'm bring out a few precepts and Lord willing, let's be edifying into the body. All right, so this is Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hands that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunk her wine, therefore the nations are mad. All right, because the nations have what took over these philosophies. All right, went along with the status quo. All right, was scared, so they did what pretty much whatever, AKA Babylon told them to do. All right, and now we're in the point where they're tired of that, man. Okay, because of the way that things are going right now, they keep following the way that that look at their economies. So like, just look at their economies. With the way AKA Babylon is ruling right now, look at their economies. These other economies are failing right along with AKA Babylon, man. All right, because what they want to follow, they want to follow what America has to say, man. All right, these other nations are really mad at this place. All right, and they're not afraid of this place anymore either. Okay, see, because at one point in time, you know, uh, 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 all the other nations feared this place because of the atomic bomb. Okay, but through years, through years of research or however they went about it, these other nations have obtained what? They have obtained their own nuclear devices. Okay, so if I got something just as powerful as you, what makes you better? What makes you better than me, or what makes you more tougher than me? You know. So these nations are mad, especially with the so-called tariffs, or these tariffs, not so-called, these tariffs that DJ Trump is implementing all over the world. You know, well, even though he said he was going to pull them back for such amount of days. You know, that things that these tariffs affect different countries' economics. All right, you know. So, but a lot of people don't understand that. They think that all of these tariffs is going to make everything more expensive. All right, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans looking at all eggs at $6, and these tariffs can make the eggs go up to $20 a carton, man. You know, these are the different things that's going to end up happening. With the way that AKA Babylon is pretty much trying to bully these other countries into doing things, man. All right, but nobody's afraid of the big bad wolf anymore. Okay, this is what's going to end up happening. All right, Babylon has suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take bomb for her pain. If so, she may be healed. You know, but this place is not going to be healed, man. All right, it's going to continue to keep crumbling, man. All right, as the man in the know, as we see and know through the prophecies, this place is crumbling, man, at an all-time high. It's going to continue to crumble at an all-time high. All right, because that's what Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai wants, man. You know, that's what he wants to allow this place to do. All right, so it's going to keep on. This place is going to keep on. What is it? Keep on going down and down and down, man. All right. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her. Let us go everyone into his own country, for the judgment reached unto the heaven, it is lifted up even to the skies. All right, this is not saying flee the country, because if your judgment is going to happen wherever you're at, you know, but you're going to see these other nations, man. All right, which we already starting to see. We've seen it for the last few years. These other nations are doing what, man? They're going back into their own countries, man. All right, because they see the fall of this place. Just like the man in the know do. All right, but our people are blinded, not paying attention to the downfall of this place, man. You know, this place is through. It's over with. All right, for you to actually, uh, 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 when you actually try to survive, all right, or to live through the turmoil, you're gonna need how about Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Period. There's nowhere around that. You know, you know, these people think that everything is just gonna be okay, or he's gonna make America great again. America will never be great again because it was never great from the beginning. All right, it was built on the blood of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right, this is Obadiah 1:7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat the bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. All right, this basically is telling you all these nations that was once, in cahoots with AKA Babylon is gonna do what? Turn their back on this place, man. All right, and you see that right now. A lot of what is it? NATO is breaking apart. You know, a lot of countries are not dealing with this place anymore, man. Uh, they're not afraid of this place either. You know, I think if I'm not mistaken, I have to really get back into it, but I believe Trump left NATO, man. You know, these European countries, they're not dealing with this place, man. All right, when he put out those so-called tariffs, all these other nations, they what they do, they raised up and put tariffs back on this place, man. You know, so nobody's afraid of this place anymore, man. All right, and these people, these nations are going to turn their back on America and destroy this place, man. All right. The scriptures say they should hate the whore. The whore, speaking of AKA Babylon, man. You know, because what do they do, man? They all they do is rape, rob, steal, and kill, man. All right. But all these things that you see that's going on with these tariffs and all of these different things, man, is to do what, man? They're getting prepared to issue in the NWO. You know, but these nations are going to be, they're tired of this place, man. You know, look how many people say, what they're trying to say. They're ready for any type of war against AKA Babylon, man. Okay, so these nations are already tired of this place. You know, and you see them gathering together, with what bricks. You see these nations. So these nations are going to team up and bomb this place, man. This place is going to be destroyed. All right, I'm gonna grab this last precept real quick. All right, Salaki, I'm in traffic. You know, this is Revelations 11, and 18. All the nations and the nations were angry, and they wrath is come in the time of the death, at the time of the dead. They shall they shall be judged, and that thou shouldn't give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroyed the earth, man. All right, these nations are mad, man. Okay, okay, they're angry. All right, the one's going to give us that reward, that crown. You know, if we keep constantly enduring. All right, and he's going to lock up. You're going to go into you're going to go into you're going to go into chains, Esau. Okay, and eventually you're going to be destroyed for also destroying this earth, man. And also for the things that you have done to Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But these nations are tired of this place, man. Even the smaller nations, what are they doing? All right, they're teaming up with the bigger nations. Okay, so they can come up against this place, man. All right, stop thinking that this place is going to be great again. The scriptures say, "Never trust thy enemy," man. All right, and Esau is the devil. He's the enemy, man. Don't put your trust in these devils, man. He seek out to destroy you, man. All right. So with that, I'm going to say shalom.